One crack news, let's get into it. We kick it right off. And don't forget to get on that Patreon. We've already hit it out the park, kicking it off. This is only the third day of July. Since the first, we've already updated the Patreon with never before seen information from Tupac, from everything, man. Y'all getting a treat. And it's just kicked off. Now, let's get even more into this. Since I'm feeling so generous today. Now, this won't be that severe. We just getting right to it. But look at them now. Your boy went ahead with all his money, all his resources, all his love. Mr. Arenas, he did all of this to go out and bash his former teammate, Kwame Brown, constantly on social media for months. Razzing him every chance he got. He wanted to continue to spend money, get his podcast going, use him as the gas to launch his page and try to get going and build his own following, get his memberships up. Hey, all negativity. Fake everything. Lies, promoting lies and fake agendas. Then when he was called out, he folded up like a tent. Folded up like a tent. Then he came up with excuses after excuses. Then he decides, let's have a friendly back and forth. You know, everybody going back and forth. Nobody using courts and lawsuits and all that crap. Let's just do that. Fine. I can do that with the best of them. Then, when they start losing, now they want to see the error in their ways. Now, it's hurting their heart. They losing. So, I tried to tell people, when they think other people believe and think that they're winning, they're actually losing. They just don't know it yet. I knew it was over a long time ago. He just found out last week. He never had a clue it was over. Once he found out the girl he was pillow talking to was supporting me and showing support because I treated her like a lady, when you treated her very disrespectfully, you know, it kind of hurt him all up in here because he thought he had it all on lock. He thought he had the woman all to himself. He thought he had it all locked up. He thought he had everything. Then he realized he had nothing. Then I tried to warn him. I said, listen, you're supporting a man who you really need to have vetted. You really need to vet George Booker II. You really need to know the person that you're hiring. Need to know about him. Don't bring him into your business relationships without hiring him. Just hiring him. I'm like, forget all our back and forth. This is a man talking to another man. I think you need to kind of check into him, because there's something weird going on with that individual, with these young teenage girls. I think that's alarming. You might want to look into that. But all he thinks about is how it makes him look. Is he winning? Is he losing? He want to look like I lost if I give up on this person. And I'm like, once again, making very bad mistakes in your life. You're going to ruin yourself because you don't understand that type of person will take you down with him. George Booker II, who's hired by Underdog Fantasy to work on Gil's Arenas, brought to them by and suggested by Gilbert Arenas himself, has admitted to fathering 2 children with 2 girls when they were 15 years old and he was 19 years old. I don't need the proof. He said it out of his own mouth, boastfully. So not only did he sleep with a 15-year-old once, he did it twice. And under the state of Ohio, unless this was done in another state, in the state of Ohio, that is a sex crime. One where the statute of limitation lasts for 30 years, in some cases up to 40 years. So he could still be charged. Shoot, the DNA is the children. So if they want to get inventive, George Booker II, he would really be in the grease. Well, why is he not in cuffs? I don't know. You need to ask the mother of those children. Parents are very reluctant to lock up young black men, especially in the black community. They rarely do that. Because, first of all, they're going to say, you're going to take care of our child. You're going to take care of this baby. If he's locked up, then you can't take care of the baby. All right? And it seemed like the girls did it willingly, but statutory is definitely in place by law, Ohio law. So I just don't know if that's the image Underdog Fantasy want to have in a corporation or organization. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe that's something they into. Who knows? But this is why I said, I told Gil, I can't work on your Gil's Arenas. I can't work with you. As long as that guy is there, can't work with him. It's gonna happen. So that guy is employed there. They see the value he brings, I guess, and they're working to try to make him a six-figure employee and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, you're doing that for that individual who in 2023 is still being talked about for recent activities, brought into question about following teenage girls on Instagram or very young girls. You're asking for it, but look at you now. They did a live stream. Well, he brought Mr. Gilbert Arenas, brought George Booker II on his page and his platform while Kwame Brown was up there. And George Booker II decided to start showing personal information of a lot of clients or a lot of random people that we don't know. But he's doxing all of these people on Gilbert Arenas' platform. Then he's tried to allege that some other guy was Kwame Brown's brother, which he wasn't. Just because he had the last name Brown, he tried to say this was Kwame Brown's brother and start reading charges that did not belong to his brother. Another lie and fake claims by a person who specializes in it to fool the people in the chat. Kwame got off the page because he doesn't want to be associated on the screen with that type of individual. And Gil hates to admit that I'm right, but he knows now. So he knows right. He really tried to help us. Tried to help him. I really tried to help this guy. It's not my fault. Your lady saw that I brought more to the table and more value with more morals than yourself. It's not my fault. Don't get mad at me for that. You the one pillow talking, not me. Oh, wait, what you say? Oh, you don't know her. Oh, you know of her, but you don't have nothing to do with her, okay? Oh, man. These dudes, man. Well, of course, he's not going to mention my name. You see, he took down the video, or he put it private, because he realized this guy, George Booker II, went up there and said, they support me because I was never charged of it. I took care of my kid. So that's why they support me, because I never was charged with anything. So he's bragging on the fact he has two children by two girls who were 15 years old in the same year, and he was 19 years of age. according to George Booker II's own words. But he thinks it's okay because he took care of his kids. Even though by the law, this is illegal. Now, this is 2 times you're targeting young women. It wasn't like I found out I had feelings for her. She was 15, I was 19. I had feelings for her. You have feelings for another 15-year-old. Like, dude, why are you going down and not upwards? To me, it don't sound like this was his first rodeo. Yes, and we're talking about George Booker II, aka known as Uncle Suge, or Uncle Suge TV, employee of Underdog Fantasy. Maybe we need to interview Underdog Fantasy and said, I know you vet your people. Is this the kind of moral thing you want in your company? Is this the kind of thing that goes along here? Because I can't work with you guys. Nothing I do in the future, I cannot work with them. If they're involved, I won't be involved in it. I would completely feel comfortable cutting off Underdog Fantasy for being associated with that person, knowing what that person has done. Not knowing is different, but if you know and you choose to still work with them, can't have nothing to do with you. So this is why, Gil, I said I can't have anything to do with you. Is your association with that person, knowing what that person was going to do. Why do you think I never DM'd you again? You spoke about Isaiah Thomas, and I spoke to you about him. I hadn't spoken to you since. Because once this information came out, and you brought him up on that platform, that was the end. That was the end, bro. You crossed a line that shouldn't be crossed ever. Then, stupidly, you show an basically a post of you disrespecting your mother again to Kwame Brown, and show that to the rest of the world like it's cool to disrespect your mother. Talking about, she gave me up for crack. F that B and all that. You gonna say all that, but you paid for a funeral. Then why'd you pay for a funeral? That woman is the reason you have life. The reason she got on drugs is basically your fault. She left her parents' house because her parents wanted her to have an abortion. Her parents wanted her to get rid of you. Go ask your daddy. See if he know. She left home, dropped out of school. She was having a baby. Papa don't preach. She keeping her baby. She made up her mind. She was keeping the baby. She was gonna keep her baby. And then she fell on hard times. And she gave you up so you can get a better life and put you in a foster care rather than just leaving you in the streets to go do drugs. She did that so that you could be in a home, somebody could take care of you because she wasn't in position to take care of you because she was sick. She watched the man she loved get killed right in front of her. Some people can't take that, Gil. But rather than try to understand your mother's life, you disrespect this woman at every turn. It makes you look more like a fool. So when I saw you in that video bragging about you don't care about that woman and saying all those words, that just showed me how messed up you really are. That woman destroyed her life. She could have been in the Olympics, but she chose to have you and bring you in this world rather than have the abortion that her parents told her to have because she was too young to have you. All right, I'm a child of young parents. So I know what the world is like and how easily somebody could have been aborted.
Makes sense.
Salute, salute, salute. Okay, something's wrong here. For some reason, this thing isn't charging. I might just get up and go get me a new phone today. I've been holding off on it forever. I get the phone for free. I don't know what I'm messing around for. Oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do. This is a breakdown chart. I don't know if you can see it, but it breaks down where all these people are. Uncle Crack Dude, Texas Strangler, all these people here in the low tier section. This is Kwame Brown at 4 and a K. You see Carcino Life at like 250. Kwame Brown, his second one's at 100. One Crack News, I don't know if it's at 12. And you see Gil's like down there at 8 or something like that. That's for a whole later thing that we're doing. We're doing a breakdown on that later. Trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. Why this isn't working. Because that clearly wasn't charging. shit is not charging. Now this pisses me off to no ends. I know. That's because Gil didn't have a lot of intelligence. You know, he grew up with a lot of ignorance in his mind. So he thinks like an ignorant human being. You listen to him talk now, that's how he talks. So you're right. You see how Tupac honored his mother, who was a dope addict, and you see how Gil honors his mother, who was struggling. You know, and this is a woman who sacrificed her life to give him life. You see? That's the difference here. One day people will figure it out. I don't know what's going on with this charger, man. I'm just gonna have to just get a new phone. I'm just too lazy to go get it. Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. I chose not to work with uh, his crew and do anything with them as far as helping out with Gil's Arena, as long as they have somebody like that working for them. That's not going to be in. No, because the thing is, it's about morals with me. You know, I can't just. It's not always about money. If everything's about money, then you're paying for money. That's not in me. You know, I'm like, look, I'll do certain things that I have to do. Like some people are like, man, I ain't want to do this. Sometimes, you know, you do things because, you know, say, all right, well, I ain't with it. You know, I'll compromise, but I'm not gonna compromise myself. Well, that's always been my character. My character has never been. My character has never been one that's saying, "Oh, we're gonna be this disrespectful, or we're gonna go in this way." and do something that we shouldn't do, that we characterly know is wrong. Like, where do they do that at? Now, I don't, like, I understand people razz people all the time. I'm not against somebody razzing somebody. We've seen that happen, what, 1,000 times? Well, life teaches you, life as you get older, life teaches you how to basically evolve, from boyhood to manhood. And as a man, there are certain standards you should have and the way you conduct yourself, because you got to teach that to your children, you got to pass that on to your family, and you want to be a total representation, to your family. You want your family to be proud of you. Like, I take my grandfather, my father, my mother, my grandmother, I carry all of their teachings, all their life, they love, their examples is in me. So when I move through life, they're represented in that way. You see, that's what being a man is about. You take those values and you pass it on to your children or to other people, and other people might learn from it. I've stated and done a lot and given advice that was given to me by people who gave it to me in their walks of life, and I share it with you guys so you guys could follow it or go on a path that you want to go in. Look, I'm saying that people do things in life, and, like, not saying people aren't above forgiveness. Um, this George Booker II doesn't look like he's learned his lesson or is growing from it. It looks like he's proud of what he did and seems like to still be on the same track. It's a bunch of disturbing things that have happened with this man and young people that has been alleged on through this internet, from little being interviewed, and his deflection of a lot of this stuff, facing it, has been one of the biggest drawbacks and one of the most eye-opening, telling things that I've ever seen. When you look at it and you see it for yourself, you're just almost in shock and awe, as you can't believe what you're actually hearing. Yeah, it's disturbing. It is quite disturbing. I don't know what he's gonna do. That's not my concern. Um, my concern is what's best for people in general, as far as telling them the truth, so that the people will be informed. If his people that support him, like Underdog Fantasy, if they want to continuously hire a person like that, I just won't be doing nothing with him. And if anybody asks me, I say, hey, they got a guy like this that works for them. They're okay with it, what he's doing. He wasn't charged. That's all they know. So because he wasn't charged, even though by the state it is considered a sexual act, a sexual criminal act, actually, what he did, he could definitely be charged. he could still be charged legally. The statute of limitation on that is like 30 years, 25 years if there's 40 years or something if it's DNA evidence. Got two children. Don't get no more DNA than that. And I'm not making accusations against him. This is by his own words. This man has stated this. So, you know, I don't care anything about what that man does financially. This is not about money. This is about morals. Well, when you don't have the right faculties around you, you don't have the right support. These are the things that go wrong. That's right, Amelia. People like being messy because they get attention. It's the look at me mentality. You know, that's what little children do. They go, look at me, look at me, look at me. Because they want to be seen. That's the main thing with little children. They want to be heard. Right? Because on social media, people respond to what? Haters. Right? People be like, you hate on LeBron for attention. No, I don't. I hate on LeBron, is what y'all call it, hate. I'm telling the truth about him. The absolute truth about LeBron James. That's what I spew. There's no misconceptions there. You've never seen me say anything about him that was a lie. People say, well, what about his game? I tell you about his game. I tell you why I don't like his game. I tell you what's wrong with it. I've never mixed or minced any words when it came to dealing with him. Hate is when you just say something bland. You don't even have a reason. You can't even back it up. You just don't like it. It's mostly like people against Drake. They just say anything. That's it. Yes, many people out there that don't see things a certain way. They see it one way, that's just their way, and no other way. Nobody cares what they do anymore. Look at what they did to Kwame Brown, right? Kwame Brown was minding his own business. He never did anything or said anything to them, right? Why did they mess with Kwame? Because they said that was the best thing to do, right? They saw that was the play. We get a lot of attention if we go at Kwame Brown. But more importantly, Kwame Brown will mention us. Once they saw Kwame Brown would mention them, now it's like, hey, we get more attention because if we get him mad enough, he'll mention our name on his platform. Oh, so let's just diss Kwame Brown. Hopefully I diss him good enough so he mentioned me and get him mad enough. Now I'm getting some attention. Now I'm getting some subscribers up. But that don't really work for them. You know how many people are doing that? And how they still stuck in the same spot? You see Gummy, he was right there with Kwame. That's how he got his subscribers up. The whole nine. That's what Gummy was doing. He got his subscribers up by being cool with Kwame. And then all of a sudden, he wanted to flip on him and start side. Well, that's what they do. They love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. Right? They swore they hated KB. Then they turned around and like, oh no, we love him again. That's what people do. They love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. Mm-hmm. Cause see, they realize something. When you have a value, a character, like you have a characterization about yourself, you got a way you carry yourself that's different. You stand apart. Look at all the other people that come along, right? I was about close to 200 when I met Kwame, right? I was close to 200. So I gotten about 30,000 subscribers being associated with Kwame Brown. About at least 30, I would say. Hell, that's impressive. In my opinion, that's very impressive. It could always be different. You see? That's the notion. It could always be different. There's a lot of NBA players that's lost a lot of money. I mean, Gilbert Arenas has lost a lot of money. There's plenty of players that lose a lot of money. I don't brag on that for anybody because that's a terrible thing for anybody to have to go through. You know, you never want to be one that loses your you know, like basically everything. You know, it's bad enough they take so much money from you, then they There's always been a case of so much that's wrong too fast. People always have that illusion that they know what's right. Oh, I know what's right. I know what needs to be done. They don't know what needs to be done. It's part of their imagination. Everybody states the problem, but they don't want no part of the solution. They know the problem. They don't want nothing to do with the solution. And that's what these dudes all do. They play the role. Oh, we know what the problem is, man. We need to fix this. We got to come together, man. We brothers. Let me be who the one that's doing you in the most? The brother. Individually selfish. These people can't get out their own way. I knew somebody was gonna say something like that. Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown has been on my page before. Oh, he don't come on my page no more? Okay. I'll see what he's doing next time, and I'll ask him to come on my page. Then we'll see if he comes on my page anymore. Crazy, man. I have always made content without Kwame Brown being on my page or with Kwame Brown being on my page. Kwame Brown makes content with me on the page or without other people on his page. He could do it all on his own. That man speaks for himself. That is a terrible analogy to have of another man, is that somebody else has to speak for them when it's so far from the truth, because you can clearly see he's more articulate than damn near 90% of the people that's on YouTube right now. And that's what surprised them, is how smart he is. They go, wow, he's really smart. Like, what was he supposed to be, dumb? Well, when all these people have a genuine consistency of an ideal of what they believe you are in their mind, who you are and everything about you, they think they know you. They think they know who you are and what you're about. They don't know anything about you. They don't know what makes you tick. They don't know your life. I don't know how many times it must be said. No. Gil girl, I don't know, man. He could work it out and get her back. If he treats her like a lady. Why don't he treat her like a lady? You know, but that's his situation. You know, he could try to fix that. It's not for me to do. Uh-uh. Well, I'll be addressing Jalen Green video probably on the Patreon tonight. Because I think I'll get flagged for saying the stuff I'm gonna say. Yeah, well, that's what people do, you know. Yeah, well, people have a decision to make in life. That's how I look at it. What you gonna do, what you wanna do, what you wanna do. That's awful, man. That is completely awful. I support Kwame Brown's page. He support mine. I've donated to him. He's donated to me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where y'all get this from. No, we don't. We don't move in that direction, buddy. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page. If y'all on the Patreon, y'all gonna see something. Y'all already seeing something now. I might gotta slow down. I'm adding too much sauce. Y'all learned about Lori Harvey, the whole nine. It's a lot going on in the world, B. You just gotta be willing to look at the sign. If you're not, then you'll miss it. Clowns move like clowns. If a clown moved like a clown, why would you be surprised if you see a clown moving and behaving like a clown? If I see a clown behaving and moving like a clown, I'm gonna say, well, I can't get mad because it is a clown. So how would you get mad at a clown being a clown? So I'm not mad. What other people make doesn't offend me, sir. That's not how I move. That's not how I'm wired whatsoever. Not that individual. I'm a little different. A little different. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think he's a joke? I don't think he's a joke. No. I never felt like any of those things y'all talking about. That's why I said, what would dictate Kwame Brown being a joke in your eyes? Because no one else was even thinking like that. No one at all. No one cares. Nobody really want any action on that level. Man, I ain't even worried about that. If Gil wanted to harm me, that would be a huge mistake, especially on his part. Okay, what do I need here? Fire. It's not what I needed over there. Oh, hell no. I died? Older than the sun, moon, and stars, baby. Believe that. Okay. Yeah, let's try this for now. Oh, then brought out some kids. Nah, that ain't what we need. We need fire. Araka. Ice. Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, these motherfuckers done killed me again. I'm gonna have to stop this live. I gotta take care of business here. Yep. Don't forget to follow Kwame Brown Bus Life 2.0. Kwame Brown Bus Life. Armando Black TV. That's right. Carcino for Life. Follow that page. My Patreon is Carcino for Life. And we are out.